Design Drippage, episode 5. I'm in London.
I'm in Beijing.
Ni hao.
Ni hao. Hello, good day. Cheerio.
Good day, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, that's more Australian. Anyway. Awesome. Well, I forgot to leave you with some cards, so I got the jars.
Yeah, we'll do a
And
virtual
let's get
picking
started.
like that.
Oh, I like that. Okay. So you have to take your hand.
Yeah, so
like
am
you're
I going
taking the lid off.
first?
Yeah.
I'll just use the force that I have. Boom. Oh. And yeah, that one. I want that one. All right, ludic loop.
Oh,
Oh,
I
someone's
feel like
excited.
you have all the knowledge that you need to do this one, because we've talked about both of these things. I've used this word when we were talking about play, and a couple loops have come up. So what do you think?
Ludic loop. So the first part isn't ringing a bell. The only thing I can think of is lucid. The kind of like dreams where you're almost in control of them. A ludic loop. So you talked about ludic loops before, or just,
When we were talking about play, it came
Yeah.
up because there's a German word that it alludes to this area, but yeah.
This is gonna have to be a guess. My brain is so
for it.
filled with like Chinese characters at the moment that like going back that far.
It's tough. Yeah.
A ludic loop. I want to say it's something that, I mean, it's a loop, so I assume it's continuous in a process that can be repeated.
Yes.
And ludic makes me think that it's something that has to do with it being fluid, it being, fluid, I think is the best word that I can think of. But my final guess is, some sort of system that design teams use to help, whatever task they're tackling to create almost like a flow chart.
Yeah. Yeah. Flow is the key word. It's a continuous cycle, which is a loop
Yeah.
that's fueled by the kind of the play and the joy that's released when you are faced with a challenge and then you get a reward. So this comes from game design, where game designers are really focused on, level 1, give you a very small challenge so that you can easily learn, and then you get a reward. And then level 2, it's a little bit more of a challenge. And so managing that ludic loop so that because if things are too challenging, you'll drop out. Or if things are too easy, you'll get bored. And so beyond game design, software designers in all fields, like in productivity and in entertainment, all kinds of worlds have started to realize that ludic loops help them progress their design. So what does it look
Cool.
like to have a ludic loop for managing a language, a translation app? What does it look like, for Duolingo?
Like
or something?
Duolingo.
What is it?
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot
It
of
makes
ludic
me
loops happening
think
there.
of your Candy Crush levels where you got to some ridiculous
Exactly.
levels, and I'm like, how does it not one day become impossible? But I guess they use ludic loops to figure it out.
No. Great. I have a ludic loop every time you and I have a chat. My energy kind of goes down in the days that we don't talk, and then we talk, and then I'm like, yeah. So
Same.
father-daughter ludic loops.
All right, you're gonna have to pick. Well, actually, you would have picked anyways, so that's all you. Yeah, nice.
Let's see. What do we get?
Thirsty. That's a good one.
Thirsty. Well, I'm a little bit thirsty.
Nice.
Well, thirsty definitely means that your body feel the natural imperative to hydrate. But that's not what this means for Gen Z slang. Thirsty means there's probably something about desire. Like you have you've got something that needs to be quenched. I don't really know what needs to be quenched, but maybe like you want something bad. Yeah. Like I'm thirsty for those, McDonald's hash browns. Yeah, that's my
Um,
guess.
okay, so you have the right definition, but you have a Californian mindset where it's positive, and thirsty is usually used kind of like to slander someone. So if you're being thirsty, it's like you're trying too hard, you're being desperate, you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So usually I think the context I hear it most in is when
Why are
it
you being
comes
so
to like
thirsty?
attention.
You gotta
So like
like,
if a girl's
yeah.
like trying to get a guy's attention, but she's like acting so obvious and like throwing herself at him or whatever, then it's like you're being thirsty.
Being too thirsty. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Now we'll probably get to this later, but there's also something called a thirst trap that I've heard of, and I think that's a bit maybe different,
Yeah.
but well, we'll
Yeah.
get to that later. I think that's a bit of a different meaning, right?
I
Yeah.
mean, they both have to do with attention, but I think thirsty is more negative and thirst trap is more like depending on who you are, some people fall for them. But I think most people will be like, that's kind of cringe. But anyways. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. Cool. We'll
Okay,
tap
so we
out on
need
that, tag
to
out on that word. That's
yes.
cool.
Tap, tap.
So,
We yeah.
ludic loops with thirsty.
Oh, I mean, I guess I'm thinking of it like a game. I'm thinking of thirsty in the
Yeah.
context of flirting. Let me just put that out there because like I think
Okay.
that's what it is the most. But I feel like, ludic loops are the whole thing where yeah, you have a challenge, right? And then you overcome it, and then there's like the next time you need to figure out another way to, do a similar thing, but make it either hard or just make it different.
Yeah.
And so with being thirsty, it's like you get feedback and you realize you're being thirsty, and then the next time you like go and flirt, then like you do something different, and it's like these loops of like how you interact with with
That's
your
pretty cool. Yeah, and if you think about thirsty beyond attraction and
yeah.
neediness, you're like, we're thirsty for achievement, we're thirsty for knowledge, we're thirsty for advancement, we're thirsty for development. Like, ludic loops help us manage our innate
Thirst.
thirstiness to progress.
Yeah,
And,
I like that.
yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
they're quite
Good job.
linked.
I like that one. Bing.
Boom.
What?
Perfect.
I miss you being here.
I
I want to
know.
do this together.
Well, I'll pick up some
Okay.
jars soon, and I'll bring them back.
All right. Get your hand in there.
All right.
Pretend like you're picking one up. Oh my God.
And it is drum. I don't have a drum. Design influence. Influence. Design
Design
influence.
influence. Yeah,
Okay, I mean, a lot of these are grilled cheese situations, as I've been
totally.
saying, but
Totally.
yeah, anything. I feel like I want to say there's like no rules or capacity to what the influence can be, but anything that influences the design.
Yeah, in
Oh,
a general
actually,
term, that is what it means.
wait, I'm not
Yeah.
done. I
All
need
right.
to think a tiny
You
bit
want to
harder.
elaborate. Keep going.
Well, because the order of the words matter. Design influence versus like, so it's either like you're designing something to influence something or you're being influenced by something to create design. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm gonna say it's what my gut was telling me the first time, that you're influenced by something and then you create a design because of the word order. But
Cool. Cool. I mean, that's totally true. And this is so generic, meaning design is all about influence and behavior and people's lives and all that. But this one really is a bit more specific when you're thinking about internal design teams working in a larger company where you've got lots of departments. You've got technology, product, marketing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And in some companies, design has a lot of influence. So in architecture, for example, it's usually an architect, a designer who is the project leader that kind of sets the tone and leads things. In the world of software, design hasn't quite always gotten to that level of maturity. So design is often in a place of with less influence. And so design influence comes from the world of design leadership and design strategy, where it's important for a chief design officer to increase the influence of design in an organization, to help other leaders understand what design is, to embrace it, to kind of bring it into the strategic decision-making process. And often one of the things when folks used to interview me for jobs, and I would ask them, how much influence does design have today in your organization? And usually the answer is, well, not a lot. That's why we're trying to hire somebody like you.
Can you answer that
or I was
question?
recently, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're like, that's why we want you here. And then even I was talking to the leaders at Airbnb about helping them with some new design capabilities. And that's a place where their CEO was a designer. There's a lot of influence on design in that company. So yeah, design influence is really a strategic function of managing how much people understand, respect, and pull in the function of design in the organization.
That's awesome. I mean, it's like you're connecting the world and learning more about everything around you so that you yourself can improve what you're doing. That's brilliant.
Totally. And don't we all want to be a part of teams and companies who are
Yeah.
more creative and more human-centered and more focused on people's needs? Like, yeah, design influence helps everybody, even if you don't have a design team.
Yeah.
Okay, my turn.
Go for it.
Ooh, do you see that?
Yeah, sicko mode.
Sicko mode. Sicko mode. I mean, that sounds like a little psychopathic kind of, mental health challenges. But I feel, okay, so it's a mode. So this is where someone switches into a personality or kind of behavior where they just go crazy. And you're like, bro, like, sis, like, chill out, like, get out of sicko mode, like, calm down,
Yeah.
right?
I
Or
think
you're
it
on the dance
became
floor and you're like, oh, my song just dropped. Let's go sicko mode. And you just go crazy.
it's
That's my
okay. Well, crazy that you just said that after you just basically got it right. But I remember this term getting, you know, popular because Travis Scott came out with a song called Sicko Mode. And everyone would go crazy for like that song would come on and people would be like, and this was like in like high school, like it was when we were young and it would be like played at school dances. Like, I guess you could hear it in a club maybe, but very rarely. But yeah, sicko mode is basically just that. You're just like kind of going crazy. And
great.
and I don't think it's necessarily like a bad connotation. I think it's crazy in like I think like a party setting rather than like a mental health. I don't think it has anything to do with your mental health.
Got it. Got it.
But yeah, famous because of a song, or at least it gained more traction because of the song. And yeah,
Cool.
Beast
I'm like really impressed with my subconscious ability to soak up Gen Z terminology, even though I've never heard that song that I can remember. And I'm
You
that
might have heard
straightforward.
it, you know? You might have. I might have played it
I'm
back in
gonna
the
go listen to
day.
Sicko Mode right after
Yeah,
this.
go listen to that
I
whole
might even
album.
go sicko mode
Go sicko mode,
while I'm
listen to
listening to
sicko
it.
mode. Yeah, like, perfect.
Great. Okay,
Okay.
so I feel like you need design influence in your team or company to be able to fully go sicko mode on delighting the people you serve.
Yeah. And also, you need influence of those around you in order to have the confidence to go sicko mode. It goes both ways.
Totally. Because if you don't have enough design influence, you can't fully unleash your
The
powers
sick, yeah,
on the
exactly.
design dance floor.
Exactly.
Good job.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
The virtual. Go ahead.
Yes. Da-da, da-da, da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Review cycle. All these cycles and loops and
These are kind of
systems.
boring
So
today. Well,
organized.
ludic loop was kind of fun, but yeah, what do you
Yeah.
think?
Wait, what was it? Review cycle?
Review
I'm
cycle,
trying to
yeah.
remember. Review cycle. Okay. Yeah, I mean, surely this is just like a way to, a term that's used to articulate how to consolidate your research or what you've done or what you're learning. So it's, I feel
Yeah.
like, I mean, the best way I can think of it is like the consolidation portion of like any sort of like ethnographic research where like you go and you've done the stuff and then you come back and you're like, okay, let me like take a step back. What do I need to do? Okay, what are my next steps? Okay, what do I need to do in order to carry out these next steps? Let me make a plan. Cool. Maybe run it by a few
Yeah.
people.
This is right. Like, this is one of the myths of design is that it's done by, genius artistes who just have this magical gift and just like spit out design and it's done like an artist would. But actually, human-centered design is much more gritty and iterative.
Mm,
And there's this thing called the critique, which is part of the design process where you'll have some initial work or some concepts or direction, and then you'll put that up on a wall or have a meeting, and everybody's like critiques it, right? Where could this go wrong? How could this be improved? What's really good about this that should be extended? And that process is mentally and emotionally brutal because you feel like your baby of design is getting torn apart or warped and things. But the reality is, design is best when it is continually improved in these cycles of feedback
yeah.
and review. And it's also important to know when to stop because often designers are critiqued that, oh, you take so long, or you never finish, or you're such a perfectionist, because
Yeah.
the design process, you can always improve. So sometimes you just have to cut these cycles off and just say, you know what, this is good enough. We'll learn,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just
I
it's the
mean,
natural process of design.
yeah. That's what you did with Make with Moto, right? Was
That's right.
that's basically it
Yeah. Yeah. Where's that? It's
over
here.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. We learned about the design process by doing, by reviewing, by seeing what people want to make with modular hardware. And then when we had enough knowledge, then we built, the modular phone.
Yeah. Awesome. I like that. That's cool.
Cool. Okay.
Go crazy.
This is the
Go
one.
sicko mode. Snackcident. Nice.
Snackcident. This is a word? You didn't just
Yeah.
make this up?
No.
Oh, a
Someone did.
snackcident. I would say that a snackcident, well, snack is food. And more than food, it's like kind of like a craving. Like you snack when like in between meals and you're like, so a snackcident, it feels like it's a portmanteau of accident and snack. So I'm feeling like this is where you're thirsty for something or someone and you just like flirt too much, but you're like, oh, you're just playing it off because it was just a snackcident. I was just snacking. I didn't cheat. It was a snackcident.
I like that you're taking it so far out of the literal meaning. But snackcident is just it's like when you shouldn't be munching and having snacks, but you just can't help yourself and you just want a late night snack or something and it's like a snackcident and you're like, oopsie,
A
just fell into the
snackcident is the
Cheez-Its.
post binge regret
Yeah.
from having snacked too much.
Yeah. It's a
That's
snackcident.
so great.
It is. It's a good one.
We have these cheese curls called Whatsits here in the UK that we
Yeah,
recently discovered.
Watsits.
And every
Yeah.
time like a bag of those are out, like it's bound to have a snackcident.
Yeah.
Or stracciatella ice cream from the gelateria
Yeah, that's
that's
the
nearby
best
here. Like,
accident example.
oh, so many snackcidents. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, what do you think?
I mean, my brain is thinking like only the negative route of you have a snaccident, and then afterwards you have that like clarity of post-snaccident clarity, and you're like, oh, like I need to review because you know what? Maybe next time instead of having Cheetos and Watsits, let me have like some strawberries, you know?
Carrots,
Carrots.
kale.
Yeah. Why would you want
A
Watsits when you have
snackcident
kale? You know?
is a bit of a critique wake-up call
It is.
for you to have a healthier cycle.
Yeah.
Well done.
Boom. Nice.
Great.
Cool.
I'm not counting. I think that was 4.
I think that was 4. Maybe we do one more? One more?
I mean, 2.
2? I can do 2.
I want this ludic loop to last as long as possible.
I know, but my sleep. Okay.
Okay.
What is it? And wait, hold on. I can't fully see the
Endowment
words.
effect.
Endowment effect.
Yes.
Oh.
You're getting a lot of effects and loops.
Endowment effect. I know the 2 words on their own. I'm trying to think of what an effect of being endowed with something could mean in the design world. I guess my first thought is that it could mean something like maybe when something new is added to a product, like take Apple, for example, like they endow their phones with something new, right? Something is added each time a phone is released. And it's like the effect that, like it's the same thing, but there's just a little something special added to it. And it's like, what effect does that have? People are like, oh my God, I need it. That's my guess. But I have no idea.
That is super interesting. I mean, well, so what it is that people overvalue things that they already own.
Really?
Yeah. But what you're talking about makes me think there's a digital equivalent. So, for example, people often have a hard time with operating system upgrades or, when things change because they know and are used to the way it's been.
Okay.
So even if there's some new innovation or it's really cool idea behind some evolution, because you're overvaluing what you know, what you have, then it's hard for you to evolve or change. But I think this is classically more about objects as it relates to shopping behavior and other kind of behavior. When people, if they want to sell their phone if they're upgrading, and they're like, how much do you think that's worth? It's like, well, I've had this for so long, I own it. This is hundreds of pounds. Versus if you ask someone that exact same device and they didn't own it, how much do you think that's worth? They're like, oh, that's 50 pounds. Right? There's this attachment, overvaluing of things that we own.
And can I ask a question about when was this term? Because I feel like this is a hard term to be universal, And I think, obviously, I've grown up in a household with someone who works in the tech world. So upgrade is cool. Like if you've got an old phone, it's worth nothing. And then on top of that, I'm someone that will embrace change and something new. And I feel like, this term, I'm like, I can't fully agree, but I get it. I get why people could think like this, but I'm just wondering when this term became a thing, if you know.
It's a good. I don't know
crazy
the
ball
history.
knowledge if you know this.
My guess is that this is decades old insight from psychology. I would guess. But I don't know. I think I want to go into sicko mode from a research perspective and explore what this is, learn the story, because I also kind of question this. In many ways, I undervalue the things I own relative to what I don't own. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I guess also it's it's not consistent. There are certain things that I would value more that I own, and there are certain things that I wouldn't. I think everyone probably feels that way. But this is cool. I like things that make your brain do that, whatever that means.
Yeah, yeah, cool.
um,
But I mean, like, I think this is valuable in places like retail or shopping, particularly when you're
yeah.
reordering, like at Walmart, when you're doing grocery shopping and you tend to get a lot of the same stuff and you restock it. And there's almost an endowment effect around your knowledge and experience and of the stuff you've got. So maybe they're out of your favorite dishwashing detergent, and now you've got to like figure out, is the new stuff, healthy for the environment? Is it a scent I like? It's almost like there's kind of a comfort or a
Yeah.
higher value in like what I know, but I don't know. Let's do some research. Let's figure it out.
Yeah, but it's cool. Okay, go for it. Danny, pick a good one. They're all good. Trick question.
You're gonna have to help me with the spelling here.
Moots. Ooh, or
Hoots?
hoots.
Moots.
I actually don't
I
know
think that's
about this
moots.
one. Wait, can you open it so I can see? But don't look. Close your eyes and open it and show me.
Oh,
So I can, because
okay.
it'll have it text written. Yeah, okay, moots. That's what I thought. Cool.
So, moots. I thought this was hoots.
No, no,
Okay, so
no.
moots. I have to guess what this is. I think moots. I think that's to tell someone politely to shut up. It's like a combo of mute and shush. So it's like moots.
Wait,
Like someone's going on and on and on, and someone walks in the room, they're talking about you, like moots.
that's good. I should use that. I actually like that better than what it means. No, but you're wrong, sadly.
Oh.
This is honestly like an admin term, but it is for any social media, usually like Instagram, and it's just your mutual followers, your moots. Like, oh, do we have any moots?
Oh, your mutual followers.
Moots.
Oh, moots.
Yeah.
Is
I
there
honestly
like a
actually only
non-social
learned,
media version of that?
is there a what?
A non-social media version of that? Like, is moot
Yeah.
your moots in real life?
No. No, no, no. So moots would be like, say I made a friend like here, right? And we were talking and turns out, oh, she's from Woodstock. Okay, or sorry, Stockwood.
Somewhere in the UK.
Somewhere in the UK.
Some random town. Yeah.
And she happens to be friends with this person named Mooch. And then I would be like, oh my God. So Mooch would then be our moot. So we have moots.
So moots assumes that you're not actually friends or you don't
No.
really know each other.
Yeah.
Moots is you're two people who like the same other people.
Yeah.
So you have a connection, but it's a moot.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay.
But
So
it's more
endowment
so
effect
used, yeah, in social media.
and moots. What's the connection here?
Oh, I mean, I feel like, when you meet someone or you're getting to know someone or hear of someone, you see that you have moots, then a certain value changes in you towards that person, right?
Right.
Right?
Right. Otherwise, that wouldn't be a moot. They'd be a random stranger. But
Exactly.
because you overvalue the things you own or the relationships you have,
Yeah,
moots have a higher value than
exactly.
ordinary people.
Than ordinary people.
Yeah, cool. Great. Well done. I didn't think we'd be able to connect these, but we always have been able to.
Yeah,
Like, that's
that one was, I think,
incredible.
a good one
Love
too.
it.
Yeah. Cheers. Boom. I think we're gonna have to end it
One more?
there.
Done.
Done. My mic is sadly at 10%. And I don't want to get in the middle of a good one and it cuts out. But
Perfect.
this
Well,
is only
let's
this is
leave
the
them wanting
beginning.
more. Yeah, this is good. We'll do another one. I think our next couple of episodes are going to be in this London, Beijing situation. But so
Yeah.
cool that we are literally across the world in different time zones and cultures and able to still, catch up a
Yeah.
little bit. So
Yeah.
great to see you. So good to connect and keep design dripping every day.
I will. Honestly, I was saying this to Dan over here, but at my university here, I'm a foreign student, like an exchange student, and there's loads of exchange students that English is like their second or third language. And so they really love speaking to me in English, and they're like, we only learn English from the textbook, like, can you teach me slang? And I'm like, yes, I can teach you slang. Here, go here. So, right? And I was like,
www.designdrippage.com.
this is
Yeah,
perfect.
that's
So I'm
cool.
excited to continue. Maybe we'll have some special guests at some point in the year.
Oh, I
But
can't wait.
yeah, I
Can't
will.
wait.
I'm excited for the next
Maybe we'll come
episode.
out to Beijing and bring in some of your
Yeah.
crew. I'd love to learn some like Gen Z Chinese slang too.
Oh, like, do you want me to translate it from Chinese to English, or do you want me to say it in Chinese?
No, 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 like some words in Chinese that are like, you
I can
know,
do that. We can
that
do
Gen
that. Yeah.
Z
One of my
folks talk
classes, our
about. That would be
teacher
cool.
teaches us slang. So, um, I think it's very old people slang, but still, it's slang nonetheless.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, my dear. Have a beautiful night.
Thank
再见.
you.
晚安.
再见. Actually, in China,
再见.
they don't say 再见, they say bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.